Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 27th episode of Slime Time, the official Dragon's Den podcast. This is Plattym3.
And this is Yangus Land. So I was playing the Dragon Quest Tact beta today with my son when he turned to me and said,
Whoa, stop. Wait, hold up. Did you just say Yangus Land?
Yep.
And, whoa, you don't have a son.
Look, what do you want from me? I'm just reading the script you sent me last minute.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I was trying to do a little copy and paste. Must have had an error there. And, hey, Yangus, thanks, by the way, for filling in last minute for Liam. He's had internet issues all day with his service provider, Optimum, which is not living up to its name at all.
Yeah, no problem. Always happy to help.
Yeah. Well, we're recording a Slime Time Prime tonight. Not something we normally do on a Monday. But basically, I wanted to get this recorded because I spent the last 2 weeks with a hands-on preview of DQ Tact.
Likely the first time in history you've had more tact than the rest of us.
And likely the last, too, because I've got the verbal and social media grace of a herd of bullfinch in Sevilla Cathedral.
A bull in a cathedral with all those holy artifacts. You know, something about that sounds like another joke.
No clue. I was just hanging out in a china shop and just kind of thought that one up.
Oh, well, maybe the answer will come to us later on. Anyway, let's give our guests a proper welcome since they've been waiting a little bit for us.
Oh, yes, through all those knee-slapping jokes there. Joining us tonight to talk about some tactical Dragon Quest games, you know, the best games of all. Please welcome back. We've got Bururian.
What's up?
We've got AustNerevar.
Hello.
And we've got DrippySlimeStar.
Hey there, how are you?
All right, welcome back to the podcast, guys.
Thank you.
Glad to be back.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see how this goes. Tonight might end up being a little bit on the shorter side. I know I was lucky. I was able to get an advanced copy of Dragon Quest Tact a couple weeks ago through my work at RP Gamer. Please give them a shout out by going over to their website and reading my impression article, depending on when you're listening to this podcast. It may still be there on the front page. Maybe click on an ad or two. I don't know, help support them. But, you know, if you're here just for the Tact Talk, feel free to skip ahead like the next 2 minutes because we're going to start out with a deep dive into the first Dragon Quest tactical game ever, DQ Wars for the DSi, you know. Deep combat here. You know, I mean, we're talking checkers, maybe even chess level kind of strategy.
I think chess is stretching it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
really? There's like, what, 7 different monsters?
Oh, whoa. 6.
Okay.
Don't get ahead of the game here. I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due, but not that much credit. So, Dragon Quest Wars was a DSiWare title for the DS. Came out in the US, I think mostly worldwide, after Japan at least, but worldwide kind of September 2009. This was the first game I ever bought digitally because I never really did any. I mean, smartphones in 2009 were just becoming a thing, and I didn't have one, I don't think, until 2010. And finally, around 2011, I actually bought this through my first 3DS. I didn't even play it on a DS or anything.
Yeah.
And I'd never really used Steam or Google Play at that point. So this was the first $5. You know, like Scrooge McDuck hung up the first dollar he ever made. Like, this is the game that I could hang up and be like, this is the first $5 I ever spent on a digital game.
Was it really $5? I felt like I spent less than that. I bought it on the 3DS because I went from the original DS to a 3DS.
Oh, that's what I did too.
The old fat DS?
Yes, like I went from original like 2004 DS, and I had the entire way all the way to a 3DS, and this was one of my first digital purchases as well.
Yeah, this was an interesting game. I remember the day I tried to get online and try to get it downloaded. So I was just looking up some information on this, and one thing I read today was Nintendo Life had a review. I looked up Nintendo Life and I looked up IGN's scores on this because not a lot of people covered these kind of games But Nintendo Life gave it like the most glowing review, and it was great. It was 8 out of a 10. There's like 44 freaking comments on there. I mean, I don't even think like AAA games get that many comments anymore these days. But it's pretty funny to go back and read like really glowing reviews of this game. But I remember when I transferred it to my new 3DS XL, I think a year and a half ago, I hadn't touched it since that day I downloaded it and bought it. I put 2 hours into it and then didn't touch it for 7 years.
Yeah, whenever I bought it, I mean, I remember I really just bought it because I was afraid we would lose access to the old DSi games, and it would be like a piece of Dragon Quest I could never touch. So I just bought it because I could, and then I played it that first night, and I don't think I ever played it again until this podcast.
I think I'm in the boat with you on that. It was.
Well, thank you too for giving it a try again recently.
I've
I've thought about downloading it a few times, like 20 times maybe.
When by the time that I got around to playing it, the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection service had been ended, so half the game had effectively been gutted, because I have a feeling that this game, initially banked on playing against other friends.
Well, I think you can still do the local play, but I don't know if you can do the
There's
online stuff anymore.
No, you can't do the online stuff anymore, but you can. There's a free mode that you can still do, and there's like a versus and a survival mode for it. And I think the survival mode has like 6 different maps you can play.
Correct.
And if I remember right, the versus is more or less. Yeah, it was another 6 maps or so. It looks like. I don't think there's any kind of ad hoc thing for this game either. So you effectively have 12 different rounds that you can play, and that's it.
Oh, but don't forget, you've got the 10 tutorial rounds that you can play.
Oh, that is very true. I forgot about that.
Because, dear God, some of those get pretty damn hard.
They do. I remember getting schooled by like one of the first few rounds.
Yep. Yeah, the first one is like you're one slime against one other slime. You literally move forward, kill them with the one attack. It's like, woohoo! And then, yeah, by like number 4, you're really in deep with it. So
But hey,
you're the difficulty curve.
You're learning.
You are. You are. So yeah, this game, I mean, going through the tutorials, it basically played, you're a 4-monster team, up to 4 monsters, that is, and you're in through the tutorial missions, you're playing a team of up to 4 other monsters, and you're just on this little 5x5 grid on a little slime-shaped island, and the whole game is only controlled by the stylus, which kind of sucks.
As the DS, man, everything was either touchscreen or button.
Well, yeah, they started that out when the DS was like brand new. They had a lot of games that were stylus only, it seemed, and that sort of started to phase out towards the end of the DS lifespan. And by the time of the 3DS, I mean, you would be hard pressed to find a game that was stylus only. I feel anyway. But yeah, I mean, it works for this game just because you're like picking up and placing monsters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like chess or a board game. You pick up a piece, you move it somewhere, and then some little when you're doing your attacks, it lights up the spaces where you're going to do your attacks. So I mean, and you just click on them. So no, it wasn't horrible. I thought what was weird about it is like when you were picking up and dropping them, you had to look at where the shadow was.
Yeah.
Like I always felt like I was holding my slime higher up than where I was actually dropping him, but the shadow was like, and again, after you did like 2 or 3 tutorial missions, it was just natural to do that.
Yeah, I kept picking them up and putting them down in the same place over and over again. It was getting a little frustrating.
Yeah, I had to follow the shadows myself because it wasn't very intuitive otherwise.
Yeah, basically, all your monsters, all 6 of them that you could pull from, this entire game was slimes, drakies, golems, the hammerhood, wyvern, and the heel slime. That was it. Yep. And,
the hammerhoods hammerhoods, I feel like, were the best ones because they could have multi-square attacks.
Yeah, they could hit those 3 right in front of them.
And while your heal slimes could heal stuff, those things could hit multiple units in one given round. Because golems, I believe, had the most health at like 3 hearts compared to slimes with 1, and I think Everything else had 2.
I believe you're right. Yeah, they were all 1 to 3, and I think there was only that 1-1 and the 1-3.
Yeah,
I think golems had 3, but I think they were supposed to be sort of your tank and like take all the hits for everything.
Yeah. Well, that is, unless you're playing those survival missions to where it's you against 3 other AI teams, that gets real hard real fast.
yes, it does.
I tried one of them this past week, and I was like, no way. And then I let one run last night. I just put it on AI as I was typing up some notes for this. And that thing, I think it was like through round 6 or 7, and every single team was at full health because the AI just kept holding off, and like all of them were around their little heal slime, like not attacking each other. I was like, okay, this is pointless.
Well, I'm pretty sure in survival mode you only have 10 rounds, and then whoever has the most surviving wins.
Yeah, there was a whole big score at the end. Like one team had like 500 some odd points, another one had 400, and I was like, I don't know where that point total came from.
I don't know how. I don't understand how that's calculated, considering that, depending on how you build your team, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you take a golem out, it nets you 100 points. Who knows? I don't.
Nobody probably ever does, or ever will.
There's probably one guy on GameFAQs that knows the statistical and mathematical breakdown of this game, but nobody else probably cares.
I don't know. Like, even in all the Dragon Quest circles, I never hear anyone talk about this game.
That's because by the time most people heard about this game, there was almost no way to play it.
Yeah.
Very much so. So yeah, I mean, the bigger boards, were saying like the survival boards got bigger. I think they were like 10 grids by 10 grids. But then again, you were having 4 teams of 4 monsters on there, so fitting them in a little 25 grid board was a little bit harder to do. It just, and really, like, all we're talking about is all there was to it. It was a tiny little game. It's the equivalent of playing tic-tac-toe practically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no story mode or anything like that. There's no, like, even the tutorial doesn't have like a quirky little slime, telling you all the tricks. It's just like pretty straightforward.
Which I feel like in current terms of Dragon Quest today is kind of a gaffe, because you would have like step by step, a heal slime stepping in to tell you, oh yeah, now that you've moved forward, your monster has these actions. Choose this action to do this action.
Yeah, I want to say it was maybe the 4th tutorial. I went through 4 or 5 of them last night. It may have been the 3rd or 4th, and literally all it told me was use weight-based moves. I was like, that was the whole hint for the entire tutorial, and I'm like, what? And so sure enough, I used like was the heal slime can cast Kabuff, but it doesn't actually cast it until someone comes up and attacks you. Because your team gets to go first, but there's a lot of like weight-based things. I think does the him or the golem has the attack them, like block their incoming attack and attack them or something?
Yeah, the Hammerhood had counter, which would block an enemy's attack and deal 1 damage back.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I just kept doing that. I surrounded my guys around the heal slime and just defended. But this took me like 3 or 4 times to figure out, because man, I those tutorials would play out like there was one specific way to win, and that was it. Like, they were trying to teach you something, but they weren't teaching you. You had to figure it out. It was a puzzle. Like, all of those were tiny little puzzles.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like it becomes a puzzle game at that point.
And what's funny is it reminded me actually of why I quit Dragon Quest Rivals. I was playing that this summer, not knowing any stuff. And I was going through the tutorials, of which there was like 50 or 60. And man, I got through one in the second, maybe it was like one of the ones right at the end of the second block of tutorials, and I just couldn't beat it. Like, I was dead in 3 turns every time. I'm like, there's something that I'm not seeing here.
Is that the new iOS version?
It was before they updated to the Rivals Ace.
Okay.
I was playing it on Switch. And I think it was about a month before, because I was playing in July, and I think in August they updated to have Ace, and now they've got a story mode on there.
Yeah, I really wish we would get that game.
Oh my god, that's the one I want.
Yeah, same here.
That
I played Battle Road Victory back on the Wii, way back in the day.
And yeah, I mean, looking that up for the huge article the whole history of Dragon Quest compilation, basically. That one was pretty basic. You just had like one attack or something, right, on the battle road.
I think with
a little
that
bit
one,
more tacticals.
well, with that one you had your character, which was either Perry or Machin from Dragon Quest V. And then you had two monsters, or like depending on what your team setup was, you might have a single character like Ashleen, or I know I saw one video where you had the Schleiman tank from Rocket Slime. And then usually like your big ending attack was like you either summoned a random Dragon Quest hero or a character, and they would do like some big all-powerful attack, and they would hit the enemy for a ton of damage, and usually kill them right on the spot then. That's just going off of Japanese footage, though, so there's probably some steps I'm not aware of for everything, but that's at least the gist that I got from watching footage of it a few years ago.
And see, Rivals at least has a little bit of kind of tactical thrown in there, because you have a hand of cards, and the cards are mainly monsters and items, but you have a grid, a 2x3 grid in front of you that you can put them down to help block attacks for the hero that you have there, like Jessica or Angelo or something like that. But yeah, all I remember is it reminded me its tutorial, because I'm sure there was probably some word that I wasn't reading there, like, hey, used weight-based attacks. But yeah, I got to one and I just couldn't get past it, and I'm like, I could just go on to the third set of tutorials, but it was really pissing me off that I couldn't beat like the second to last one on part 2, and then I was like, well, I'm just going to wait till it updates to the Ace version, and then I've not loaded it up in 4 months, so maybe one day we'll get that. But, you know, as we already go sideways on here, there wasn't much more to Dragon Quest Wars than that. You know, there was 10 tutorials and 12 kind of survival and other stuff. It was meant to be, you know, pick up and play against other people online.
Well, there is still wireless, so if you have a friend that has it, you can still kind of do an ad hoc thing. I actually just booted the game up to look, and yeah, there is wireless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a local wireless, right?
If in this great land of America you can find a local friend who also owns a 3DS or DSi and who is willing to play you in this game that will probably take 2 or 3 minutes to play, you can still potentially play this game multiplayer. But you know, finding 2 Dragon Quest fans in a 100-mile radius is already a tough enough thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to go on quite the journey just to find people who, you know, want to play it, have any interest in it.
And you had to have bought it already, right?
I don't know. Is it still?
I don't know if it's a download play game, Matt. I don't know if it's one where if if one person owns it, where then they can just have the other person then just do the download play function. I don't think it is.
Yeah. So
is it still available for purchase?
I think
I'm looking that up
on
right
the 3DS.
now,
it is. But I'm pretty sure you
3DS
both have to have the game. I don't think it has download play.
Yeah.
Oh, you still can buy it on the 3DS shop?
Yeah,
so.
it was. I think it was one of those games that was kind of slightly threatened to be removed as a DSiWare game, but it wasn't.
Oh.
Nintendo.com does not have a listing for it, but I swear I've seen it on the 3DS eShop before.
Yeah, I think it's still on there. I remember one time seeing it.
Yeah.
I've got my 3DS up. I'm going to look right now while we move on.
Go right
Well,
ahead.
according to my 3DS, I bought it in October of 2016, so it was still for sale then.
Oh,
I thought I had bought it. I thought I had bought it much earlier than that, but
I always remember seeing mine showing me, like, I looked it up, and I think September 2011 was when I bought it. But yeah, for like 7 years, that was what was on my DS. It was like last played, first played, and it was the same day.
yeah,
It was one of the top ones in number of times played or hours per times played, because I played it for 2 hours once and that was it.
yeah, it's telling me I've played a total of 2 hours, even between playing it for this podcast. I played about an hour in preparation for this, so that means I played about an hour when I got it.
And honestly, to see what it's like, that's all you probably need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish this had been a game that I could have tried the multiplayer with, or like the local multiplayer with some of my buddies, but I was one of I think I might have been one of 5 students in my entire high school that actually knew what Dragon Quest was, I think. So
that was better than my high school.
I would love to go, and just because you guys mentioned finding a Dragon Quest fan in 100 miles, I'd love to go over to where Woodus is at, because from where I'm at in Iowa and where he's at in Iowa, we're like 2.5 hours apart. I don't know how many games we'd get in, but I'd love to just take my DSi with me and be like, let's play 1 or 2 rounds. Let's see how this goes.
You should do some Dragon Quest IX canvassing. That's what you should do.
Oh, yeah, let me get on that right away when we...
Oh,
right.
you got the wrong person for that one. You got the wrong co-host tonight.
the wrong co-host, motherfucker.
All right, so Dragon Quest Wars is still available in the 3DS eShop for $4.99.
Look
hear
at
that?
Absolutely.
Wow.
You hear that, audience? You too
Really?
can play this game.
Release
Go
date
buy it now.
Release date was 21 years ago.
No, I don't think so.
No, I'm totally lying. It was 11 years ago.
11 years, yeah. This game's old enough to drink, and to get more enjoyment out of it, you better be drinking.
Yeah, the other night, like, I was getting kind of frustrated at just the animation speed and everything, and I wasn't really enjoying myself. I played it some today, and, like, objectively, I can say it's not bad. I mean, I do like strategy, and I mean, there's not much strategy here. I like the concept of it. It's just not. I think really it's just the animation speed is like such a turnoff for me, because it takes so long to get through a match, and there's not a whole lot to like keep your interest focused. Like it's not a deep thinking game.
Oh my god, those ones with the survival when there's 3 other teams and you have to wait for 12 other characters to move.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And it's like the same. It's like 5 different moves you've seen 100 times because there's only 6 monsters.
Exactly. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
It's like
and there is
somebody to move a checker for a whole minute. Like,
there is
they got
no
3 moves.
way,
Go, damn it.
That's
There's
exactly
no
it.
way to speed up the animation for it either.
Yeah, if they had a way to just turn off battle animations, I might actually enjoy it quite a bit more. But I don't know. It's not something I still don't think I would come back to it that much.
You know, for what it was trying to do, be a small $5 little game, I would say it met its objective.
Yeah, I don't feel ripped off or anything.
No. Yeah, I mean, it was good to see. It was good to try. And who knows, maybe 21/11 years later, it helped give birth to our next game we're going to talk about, Dragon Quest Tact. And this is one most of y'all haven't played.
Platty,
I've been
please,
trying to.
tell us about it.
Well, I've not played very many mobile games, but I think I've played 5 or 6 total in my life for more than one day. And this one really seemed like you take the Dragon Quest monsters aspect of Super Light, you mix it with a lot of the gameplay mechanics, the look of the ridiculous amount of menus and things to do of Dragon Quest. What is it? The new one that's out.
Stars?
Quest of the Stars, yep. And then throw in a little kind of like Fire Emblem combat, because I did Fire Emblem Heroes for all of, I think, 1 week one time just to give it a try. And that's it. It's really that. I think if you like Dragon Quest of the Stars, and you don't mind strategy combat, tactical combat, if you enjoy that, you're going to like it. It's not, the whole gameplay loop is not much different than that. You know, there's ostensibly a little story going on here. And I wrote in my review something, and then later I started it up on my phone today, because for the review copy, they actually gave it to me on iOS. So I played it on my iPad for the past couple of weeks, and then today I was able to put it on my Samsung phone. So I started it up just for half an hour to get through the beginning part again. And you're a hero, whatever, you're ostensibly human, and someone like calls you. The screen starts off black, and it's like, you, wake up. I have a job for you. Here, take this wand. I'm putting you in a world where monsters and humans used to coexist. And the story through the 6 chapters, and I only had access to 6 chapters. I'm not 100% sure how many are going to be available in the beta, because I was trying to look at what version number the beta that went up on the Google Play is compared to the version number that's on my iPad. I don't think they made any updates. The fact that I've had it for 2 weeks, I don't think they really updated anything in 2 weeks.
Mine on Android is 0.10, and
Oh.
I wasn't aware that it was a beta until I saw that the arena function would be coming in a future update.
And actually, I read a review of an English review from Japan of the game, and even there, like late August, they said they didn't have arena functions either.
Wow. And doesn't it like see that over like 10 million players have played it? So I mean,
You would think
either a lot of people have had it for not very long, or they just haven't added it there either. Yes.
Yeah, when I read that review, I was like, oh, okay, I guess you don't have it either. And see, I'm going to reload the one on my iPad, the version I got to playtest. I want to say it was version 0.0.17.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if that's 0.1, 0.17. I sunk a dozen hours into it to beat the story mode. There was only 6 chapters worth of story. You're a human. You don't get to see yourself. You don't pick an avatar or anything. But just like Dragon Quest of the Stars, you meet up with somebody who guides you through the game. And this time it's a, what is it, the pink Teeny Sanguini?
Yeah, Teeny Sanguini.
And then you get it's got to be a slime guy. You get Magellan. He's going to lead you around to Magelli. He gets a nickname.
That's a great name.
The pun works out pretty good. They had some good puns. They had you get to a battle arena because the opening part of the story is, oh, you're here. What's that staff? How can you control monsters with that staff? How can you tell us what to do? That's amazing. But what does this mean? We've not seen a human in a long time. Hey, let's go talk to the king. And the rest of the chapters are you kind of going through, oh, let's go through this cave on the way to the king. And you find out the king needs he's got a 3-year waiting list to have an audience with him. But conveniently, there's a monster tournament going on. And if you could just win the monster tournament, get through the gold rank, he'll probably meet up with you then. So through chapter 6, all you can do is get through the silver rank. And once you beat the silver rank battle, it says, congratulations, you've finished the story section of the beta. Please look for this coming in 2021 or something like that. So they did show the king a little bit. He is definitely an old man slime.
What was his name? I can't remember. Augustus, I think his name is. And yeah, it is an old-looking slime.
What's the design for him, if you guys remember? Like, is he green with
no,
whiskers?
Blue.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if maybe they used the
king
design
slime mixed with grandpa slime.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to ask, if it looked like the grand slime, because I remember from playing Monsters 2 that was one of the monsters I was really trying to get, because it was such a cool looking design for like this big royal looking slime, I was just curious if they used that design or not for it.
It's a pretty cool looking guy.
What I'll be interested in if it continues on, because I mean, obviously you're going to meet him and there's some promotional art where he's in it. But he's got a jester, and he makes like big proclamations, and the jester like interrupts him, like, "Oh, king, no, hold on," which is right out of Terry's Wonderland and Dragon Quest Monster 1, where you've got the king and the jester that interrupts him all the time. I mean, there might have been all of 2 scenes with him. I think like after you win the bronze level monster arena, he's like, "Oh, who's this person coming to see me?" And then he said something, and the jester's like, whoa, king, come on, man.
So talking about the throwbacks like that, I thought it was weird that they used the Dragon Quest 7 music, the overworld and the battle theme. I know Stars was kind of focused on like 3. I wonder what made them choose 7 in this case.
Was the menu music from Dragon Quest 6? Because I thought I sent music to Liam, and he told me he thought the original menu music was the Dragon Quest 6 town music.
I don't know. I haven't paid attention that much, I guess. I just know because I had just played 7, and I was like, oh, great, I have to listen to this again.
Me with music. All I can confirm is it's Dragon Quest music.
That's true.
That's the way I am now, because they've reused so much of the same music that it stopped representing whatever game it was from for me. I actually kind of don't like that. That's why I don't like them reusing music so much.
Oh, yeah. They need to get rid of... somebody needs to either pass away or pass... or pass the baton. I'm not saying he has to die. He just needs to be dead to us.
Yeah, I mean...
I would be curious what the...
But Platty, the concert
music...
The concert ticket sales. The concert tickets.
Yeah, you know, I am curious what
CD sales.
Oh man.
I am curious what the Japanese opinion is of the music always coming back for like every game now. I wonder what their opinion is on that.
As far as I am aware, the last time I looked, they love the synthesized music. So
Oh my god.
that's the point of contention because going back, Dragon Quest VIII when it came out, we got orchestral on the PS2. That was a lot of people's first Dragon Quest game. So a lot of people are very sold on orchestral music. So there's the whole contention point between synthesized and orchestral. That's a can of worms with me, though.
Those people got it right.
I don't even mind that it's synth. I just wish it was better sounding synth. That's all I wish.
Yeah, 11 really had that problem.
Yeah, they just need to use something that's a bit of a better music quality synth. I think that's the biggest issue, is that it just doesn't sound. It doesn't try and replicate real instruments like some others can.
Well, I mean, to go back to what we were just saying, I mean that is an issue, but it was really just the reuse of older tracks that's the biggest problem for me.
Oh yeah, they haven't written a new frickin' bit of music for any of the side entries or any of them.
Didn't 11 only have like one or two new tracks?
I mean, it had
No,
more
I
than
counted
that,
it.
but
11 has like 31 new tracks technically, but a few of them do use the same melody.
It just does not feel like it because they reuse so much of the old ones.
And that's the thing. They use so many of the old songs that whenever one of the new songs actually pops up, you maybe hear it for like one or two cutscenes, and that's it. That's the biggest problem with 11's soundtrack, is that there is new stuff, but it's so buried into all the other old stuff that you would be easily mistaken to think there's only like 5 or 6 new actual tracks, like the battle theme or the overworld theme from 11.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts.
And yeah, I mean, we keep getting a lot of these. We've gotten 2 mobile games this year, and you've had Builders and Builders 1 and 2, and Heroes. And all of that's been reused, right? I'm not incorrect in saying Builders and Heroes are all reused.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Builders uses a lot of BS music.
I cannot remember a single track from Builders 2 that was like brand new.
And that didn't bother me in the first Builders because it was literally Aleph Guard, and it was like an alternate universe version of that series, that trilogy, and it made sense in those areas, but I don't know, like I've just gotten tired of hearing the same stuff over and over again. And in 2, they could have done something different, I think. But
you're in Moobrook for 15 hours. Come on, man. Can we get a new track?
Yeah.
So the tactical combat, it's definitely more beautiful than Wars. You're not playing on random just grids in the middle of nowhere. They have, like town battles. They have out in a cave battle. There's rocks. There's boxes. There's things to move around.
Rocks?
Rocks,
you say?
Rocks.
Yeah, a flat battlefield. You actually gotta be tactical about it,
Oh, ba-dum-bum. And
So
there's treasure chests to get too. I thought that was interesting. Like, don't just beat everybody. Quickly have somebody get over to the treasure chest. There's even one battle that, because most of the story battles, whatever, you're gonna do them once and never come back to it. Because I mean, you've got daily training quests to get money, to get metal monsters. You've got these rank up battles that you can do, which there's like 12 of them already in there.
I haven't attempted those yet. I started one and I got my ass handed to me in the first turn, and I'm like, I'm gonna come back to this one.
Yeah, there's different ones to get weapons. There's specific battles that you can go in to get axes or staffs or swords. And then there's the upgraded one from that. There's Axes Intermediate, Axes Advanced, and I'm sure there'll be beyond that too. Staves Intermediate, Staves Advanced.
Yeah, and it's recommended level to be 3,000 up to 6,000, and I'm just barely hitting like 3,600, and I'm on chapter 5 right now, so it's going to be a while before I get to that.
And let me tell you, I can tell you, let me look at the last story battle that's available. The chapter 6, the final battle, it recommends you to be at 4,900. I mean, it goes up quite a bit every time, because you have this little, what is it called? It's called the FF, your FF. I don't think it explains it anywhere. I just kind of thought it would be like your fighting force or whatever. It's just a number that kind of ranks your party's whole attack power or whatever. and I think the best I can get right now is 4960.
Yeah.
And it took me a few tries to beat that final battle because I mean I'm right at there. I'm not the best tactics person, so being at the exact recommended level was not the best.
Yeah.
And that took a lot of grinding. Like I was grinding. Like I said, the third day I played it, like I did 6 hours of just letting it do rank up battles and letting it get better equipment. And better equipment's kind of it's not all that great.
Mm-hmm. I haven't used much equipment. I'm not really getting into it.
But yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, what you do is, say you get a copper sword.
Mm.
Cool, you got a copper sword. It's got a certain attack power to it. If you get another copper sword, you can use that to add attributes, and they're random. They're completely random.
Yeah, you can roll a couple of times, and I've gotten some bad ones and some really good ones.
Yeah, like you might get a bronze level, which will add 1 strength to your sword, and they show up as little coins. It's like, hey, cool, you tried. You could alchemize this one with it, which will get you like 1 more strength and 2 more hit points. Or this one will randomly get you 4 more speed and 2 more hit points. And this was something that annoyed me on one. Like there would be alchemy effects that it would say like, oh, glimmer effect. And I'm like, and you click on it and it doesn't tell you what the glimmer effect is.
Yeah. What is glimmer?
And you have to tell it right then. Are you picking that one? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Should I pick that one?
You can get your strength and your agility and your HP. But yeah, once you get into these other ones, it's like, well, what is that? And if you're not going to tell me, well, no, I'm not going to, and I'm guessing there's not enough resources out there now to say, these are all the stats, these are all the best monsters and stuff to use. I mean, that stuff will come, but the day that it released, it seems like I was beating most battles in about an average of 3 turns. I hadn't lost except for that time that I abandoned that one, the rank up mission. So I'm not finding it really difficult, but it's fun from what I've played.
Oh, I mean, I had fun. Like I said, I played it. I'm not a big mobile person, and I had fun. I think about the first 6 hours, I was pretty invested in it, and then I was getting to like the beginning of chapter 6, and I'm like, oh my god, I just need to. I got my butt handed to me. I think on the very first chapter 6 one, and I was 100 or 200 points under their recommended level, so I just set it on my desk and for 3 or 4 hours on a Friday, just let it auto battle a bunch of different things. I max leveled my people, which means kind of like in the Dragon Quest Monsters games, you hit max level. And if you want to get a higher level, like the rank B guys tap out at like level 30.
Yeah.
But if you want to get them to be able to go up to level 40, you need to rank them up. And to do that, you use gems. And there's dungeons that you can go and get gems as a reward. Sorry, couldn't even think of the word. You can get a reward for running this dungeon over and over and over. You might get like a ruby and a sapphire, but you need 5 sapphires and 5 emeralds and 5 glowing orbs to rank out. So like do these frickin' battles over and over and over again. But I would say ranking them up did a great job. Like it would take their max level to go from 30 to 40, but also like all their stats would go up like 10, 12, 15.
Boost their stats as well. So I mean, you're getting something out of it, but I don't know.
But yeah, you'd spend an hour just to make sure you could rank up one person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the telling thing is going to be when I wake up tomorrow and I load up the app, how long I played for it. Because just like you, I don't play a lot of mobile stuff, and I played so much today. I'm curious to see how much it's really going to stick, and especially because I was talking to you earlier tonight, and like I was telling you, I didn't even realize it was the beta, and then it's like 6 chapters. Well, okay, well I'm almost done, the 5th one or whatever. Like, what am I going to do after all this stuff ends? I mean, I'm wondering how quickly they're going to support it, get new updates and stuff like that, and kind of keep it going, what they're going to do for that.
Well, I mean, I don't think any of us were in the Dragon Quest of the Stars beta, but from my understanding is all their player data was wiped at the end of the beta, right?
That's usually the way these things go, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, that was a fun time playing that game.
Yep. Yeah, I don't want to burst any bubbles here for any DQFM listeners, but I was chatting back and forth with Austin today from that podcast, and he had played it too because he writes for Screen Rant, so he got an advanced copy. And him and I were both comparing notes. We're like, yeah, it both took us about a dozen hours to beat it. And I said, I tapped out like a weekend ago, and I said I've really only opened it for 5 or 10 minutes every day since, just to play around in the menus to see if anything had popped up here, there, or whatever. And yeah, we both kind of talked about, like, you know what, we enjoyed it, we got what we wanted out of it. It's cool, it's Dragon Quest, but like, oh my god, are we gonna want to do these 12 hours again?
Right.
Come, January, February, whenever they actually pump this out for real. And we were talking also, like, okay, so 6 chapters, that's probably a decent enough amount for like a preview, but I don't know if it's enough for a beta. I mean, are people going to talk, because there's no PvP, there's no way to do anything with anybody else.
Yeah, once you finish what they have, you're done, unless you want to do those rank ups and the endless dungeons, basically.
Now, I will say, and the article I read in Japan and I did play around with it a little bit here. There is something called the Battle Road, which is interesting because it costs 0 stamina to do Battle Road battles, and the Battle Road battles are very limiting. Like, it limits which monsters you can use. So pretty much like like Dragon Quest of the Stars, think of how much equipment you get that's just trash. 3 hours into the game, how many freaking copper swords can you have?
90% of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're getting all these monsters ranked, there's the S monsters, there's the A that are pretty good, the B that are okay, and then C, D, E, F are just, why would you ever have them in your party again? But a lot of these Battle Road ones, they're limited to like one of them is you can't have anything higher than a level C. And then the other one is only using beast monsters. That's cool. It looks like this one's only got 8 different ones that you can use, and I've only got 3 of them, so I wouldn't even be able to field a full team here. This one, you can only use slime level ones. And it looks like I have some A-ranked slimes, and they're not on there. So,
yeah, I use I think 1 or 2 C ranks, but I mean, I was just doing, I think it's like chapter 5, level 5, and I got a monster, the Argoyle or whatever. And in the regular games, they're pretty cool monsters and stuff like that. And I was like, oh sweet, I'm gonna add this guy to my team. He probably has an element that I want to use. And I went into my thing, and he's a rank E, and I'm like, well, this guy's useless. I'm never going to use him because
exactly.
I'm not going to put resources into leveling him up, ranking him up. By that time, I might as well just move on to the next mission or whatever.
Kind of like those Dragon Quest of the Stars had goals that you could reach for, like win 5 battles with this or whatever. And they do have missions here. They have daily missions, weekly missions. That count up like, hey, weekly, clear 25 of the daily missions.
Yep.
Or perform alchemy 30 times this week, log on 4 days. And they all have rewards. There was at one point, and because I got it too, I got a ticket for an S-ranked monster by doing enough of those early missions.
The beginner missions, yeah, I have 2 of those to do, and one of them is to clear the battle road, so hearing you talk about that, I'm like, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to do this.
Yeah, I ended up with 2 S-ranked total. I think, is everybody getting a Prism Precock? I swear I've seen a lot of people post that.
I got the Scarlet Sabercat, the red one.
Oh, okay.
Because you can look at the draw rates, and yeah, I saw that. I think they're highlighting him, like, here's the S rank you can get for this limited amount of time, because I haven't gotten him yet. So I'm pretty jealous of all those people.
Okay, so yeah, maybe I did get a lucky pull on him, but then eventually you can get tickets that are guaranteed for S rank, and I did that by completing all the beginner missions.
Nice. Yeah, I actually got 2 10 pulls today. Somehow I amassed like 6,000 gems just throughout the day, just doing the missions and stuff like that. And yeah, I only got 1 A rank. I got that Sabercat. Other than that, it was C, D, like a B here every now and then. Like, man.
And what's interesting is you can only have 1 of every type of monster.
I like that though. It
keeps the trash from building up. It keeps your inventory from bloating.
It's kind of like we were just talking about with the stars. How much do you get your inventory filled up with stuff that you're never going to use? I do like that they limit it, and it kind of makes them feel more unique as well. Like, oh, here's the slime knight that I've had the entire game. Like, so it feels kind of. You can't like nickname them like Pokemon or anything, but it kind of feels like this is the guy that I use, not, oh, she slime number 47. They actually feel like they mean something to me.
And there is something, and it's the one feature that I didn't play around with yet. There's something called Awakening, and what happens with that is, I got this stupid fire lizard guy. I've got a salamander fry, and I pulled him 4 times. I think one time I did a 10 pull, I got 3 of them. So what happens is the first time you get them, and then every time after that, you get these little like gold hearts. They look like they got wings on them too, and they're called Awakening points or whatever. And there's something you can do when you get 5 of them. I've not had anybody get up to 5.
Okay, because I thought 5 was just the limit, because I have one that has 3 Awakening.
But there's a menu you go to with Awakening, and when I click on that guy, it shows 3 of those filled in, but there's like a button to click that says Awakening. So I don't know what happens once I get 5 and do that. I don't have enough gems. I've ended up doing 3 of the I did 3 10 pulls total, and like one of them I had 10 different C ranked monsters, which if you look at the odds are 50% that you'll get a C rank.
I did look at some of those draws, and I was like, wow, yeah, they are.
And then like 30% B and 10% A and whatever. But I was like, whoa. The odds of me actually pulling 10 C ranks are 2 to the 10th power. Yeah. Like, it's a 50-50 shot for every one. What's the odds that it's like flipping 10 tails with 10 coins. Yeah. I was like, are you kidding me?
But I mean, I guess that's how gacha games work. This is really only the first one. I put a little bit of stars, and I was like, I'm not going to get into this, but so, yeah, I guess that's just how they are. I don't know the rest of you guys. I haven't played many of them.
I've played a bit of Star Trek Timelines, and man, compared to Stars, it is a money vampire. Like, it just, like, pulling crew members is not, like, you don't get the good ones unless you pay for it. And like, it makes me realize like how good Stars was about giving you gems and stuff. So I don't know. I think that's pretty typical for gacha in general. But
I will say one thing, and this is a beta, so I'm sure it'll be different when it comes out. Really, there's no events really going on at this point. There's no. I know Stars, I feel like there's always like pull 10, get 1 guaranteed A rank item or something like that.
It's a 5-star rank. You're always guaranteed a 5-star rank, but the problem in itself with Stars is that while the banner may be running for, let's say right now, it's the Warrior of Light banner, and those are 5-star items. In the 5-star banner, you're not guaranteed a 5-star Warrior of Light or, the Final Fantasy crossover event items. It's just there's a literal list of 5-star items you can pull from. So,
oh wow,
that's a problem. That's a problem in itself.
That's what got me with my first 10 pull with Tact this morning. I had it in my mind. I was remembering that about Stars actually, where if you do a 10, you get like a guaranteed. So when I didn't even get like an A rank in my first one, I'm like, wait a minute, did I do something wrong? Like, oh my god, what was the point of that? Like, I don't know.
My first pull was actually pretty good, which I think is why it went. I think I have 2 party members for my first ever pull rank. I've got one of the knights. What is he? Like one of the knight apparents. He's a B, and actually I pulled 3 of him at the same time. So he's leveled up. He's got 3 of those little things next to him, and then I got one of the like infernal armors or whatever, and he's ranked A. And I like pulled 2 of them even. So I was like, wow, these guys are great. And then the next one was where I got the 10 C ranks. And then I did one a little bit later and didn't get anything good from there. It was all like B's or C's.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I could see, and like I think after 12 hours, if I were to go forward, I would need to either heavily level grind or I need to get more higher ranked monsters, because I'm running, my party is 2 S's that I swear I got one from I know I got one from the ticket. I don't know if the other one was a lucky draw. But then I have an A and 2 B's. That's it. Like I can't go any farther with these 2 B monsters. They're just way under level.
Want to spend hours, putting it on auto battle and eventually getting up to A. So when you're ranking up, because I know I ranked up B and a C, it makes it like a B1. Do you remember or do you know like how many it takes to get to the next level? Is it like 3 or 5? Or
I don't. I'm not even sure if you can turn your B into an A.
That makes sense, right?
It may just be you could go up to B7, 8, 9. Yeah, I've got a B2 and an A1, and that's it.
Wait, how is this spread out between ranking up to the next monster? Like, I don't quite understand.
So when you hit max level, have you played any of the Dragon Quest monster games?
I've only played Dragon Warrior Monster 1.
Okay, so I want to say it was more like the Joker game.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I played Joker 1 as well.
Okay, so you would hit max level with them, but if you bred together, like you could get a slime, but you might have like a slime +2.
Right.
Or a slime +7 or something like that. And that would allow that slime to go beyond their max level. Like, they wouldn't tap out at 20, they might tap out at 27, or they might tap out at 30 or 40 instead. That's what the rank up is in this. Like, I've got a B-ranked guy. When I hit level 30, that was it. He could not level up anymore. But by using gems that I found in these, the Equable Emerald dungeon, the Savvy Sapphire dungeon, the Royal Ruby dungeon, by using these rubies and emeralds and sapphires that I'd collected along the way, like putting 5 on each of him, it allows him to, instead of tapping out at level 30, now he can go all the way up to level 40.
Okay, so it just effectively increases when you merge two monsters, and I guess when you merge two monsters, you lose the parents.
Well, this doesn't even have that. There's no breeding.
Oh,
but it effectively works like that. So I've got that knight, and if I use a bunch of these gems to rank him up, now my knight can go to level 40.
Gotcha. Okay.
And his stats take a jump that's almost like a 5-level jump. Looking at him, like in Dragon Quest form, everything goes up 1, 2, maybe 3 points on a level up, but by ranking the guy up, everything went up double digits. So his hit points went up by 15 and his strength went up by 12 and stuff like that. So he got a bit stronger, but then it also allowed me to, now I can keep leveling him up by getting experience.
And adding to your team's total power and whatnot, which is what we were talking about.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Power up for each chapter.
So yeah, there doesn't appear to be a breeding mechanic, but that's what does it. That's what gets you your little +1. Hey, he's an A rank. Well, he's an A rank +1, A rank +2, A rank +3. So I don't know how high it goes, but maybe if you get like an A rank +7, you can actually level your guy up to level 100 or something. And maybe an A rank, I'm sure A rank level 100 would be way better than an S rank level 5 or 10.
Yeah,
so,
more than likely, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, again, you could go farther with these guys, but again, it's how much time are you going to spend grinding your level B rank +7 up, or would you rather just pull for an S rank, and your S rank +2 is going to outrank your B rank +7 any day?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, again, and you know what? Here, I put 12 hours into this, and your adventurer has a level 2 that when you rank yourself up, your stamina refills.
Uh-huh.
I played 12 hours. I'm level 4.
I'm 3. Yeah. And because the stamina goes over as well. I think my cap was like 55 or something like that, and I somehow had like 82 stamina. I mean, I was in no danger of running out of stamina in the time I was playing, which is good. Keeps you playing.
Yeah, and I was walking around my classroom and like every 5 minutes going over and hitting a button, running these little 3 stamina things. So, I mean, honestly, I was maybe going down 1 stamina every 5 minutes just because of refilling. It wasn't a big deal. But I will say, I took my stamina from like 60 or 70. I actually reported that as a bug. As an early beta tester on iOS, there was an app that I could report stuff on. And I took a picture when my stamina was at like 97/53 at one point.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if stamina is supposed to go above max. It's nice that it is. Because it sucked on Dragon Quest of the Stars when you were like right under max stamina and then you leveled up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, fuck, I just wasted that level up on nothing.
Yep.
So, don't know if that was a bug or a feature.
I don't know. Maybe it was supposed to be how it worked, because I remember when playing, because I played a lot of Romancing Saga Universe, which is another gacha game, that anytime I would level up and I'd like just refilled my stamina, it would go like way over what the max was supposed to be. So it could be intentional that it's doing that for you.
Hey, you know what? I was gonna say that. I mean, I liked it because I remember Dragon Quest of the Stars like being logging on one day and being like, hey, cool, I'll run one dungeon. Crap, I just leveled up. And I used to plan it. With Dragon Quest Monsters Super Light, when they had those medal events and times that you could go to the metal island and do stuff, I would like make sure I was near like lower, like I always had it like figured out, like I know I'm going to get 10,000 experience, I know I'm going to get 10,000, I know I'm going to get 10,000, and like some of them would be like huge 15 stamina things that I'm like, listen, I want to make sure I'm at this part of my level before I go do this, because I know I can do it 3 times, level up, and then be able to do it 4 more times.
Yeah, I used to do that as well.
Yeah, I do that in Dragon Quest of the Stars. When I know I'm getting close to a rank up, I'll make sure that my stamina is almost completely full. That way, I get a double bar instead of it just filling up.
Ooh, since I just started an auto battle, I'm gonna one thing I really like on when you're battling, because I mean it's a tactical battle. There's a grid. You move your guys. You have a few abilities, and as you level up, at something like at level 15, at level 30, and I think like level 45, and don't take those for, it could just be the one monster I looked at, like they learn a new spell or a new ability. But when you go to attack, you can see exactly what the hit points of the monster you are is and what you're going to do to them.
I really like that as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. So if you click on your, my little scare wolf was just the one who was attacking. If you click on the scare wolf, all the other monsters, all the enemy monsters, immediately you can see how much life of theirs you'll take.
Okay.
And if you can see your attack too as well. I like that.
Yes, it shows their weaknesses very clearly.
That's kind of like how Fire Emblem handles that. Like if you click on your unit, you walk up to another unit, you can then see like how much damage you can potentially do, what the hit rate will be, and stuff like that. So I'm glad to hear they implemented stuff like that into Dragon Quest Tact then.
Yeah, I mean it's very visual on the screen. Within like 2 battles, I was like, oh, I know what I'm looking at. And what's funny is it shows a little coffin instead of just showing their.
Yeah, if you're gonna kill them,
it'll show a coffin there, so you know you're gonna be able to kill it.
Oh,
now,
okay. Funny.
You can miss.
I was gonna say that I've only seen one miss, and it was an enemy attacking me. I, knock on wood, had not missed an attack yet. Of course, the next time I play, I'm gonna miss everyone, but yeah.
So yeah, there's the battles themselves played out really nice. The AI is pretty crappy. It doesn't. I don't know if I can set it differently. I didn't really play around or see if there was settings on it. They just do regular attacks. They don't use your spells and everything. So
is it very similar to Wars?
You know what? The actual battle system kind of is, because you move. When you click on your guy, you'll see areas lit up that you can move to. You click there, and once you're there, you can either click on the person to attack, or you've got little attacks at the bottom. You can pull your spells out. And, what is it? My Prism Peacock has, I want to say Scorch or Blaze or something like that, or, Kafriz. And he can only Kafriz people kind of like a knight in chess. It has to be 3 spots away with a turn.
Okay.
So there's only specific places that you can do that too. And the heal slime I had for a while, he could only heal people within 2 spots of him or cast certain spells in a certain radius.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like how you can, if you select the spell and you select the one that you want to attack, if they're in range, it'll maneuver you, so you don't need to, like you were saying, like a knight in chess, you don't have to figure out, okay, I'm going to line it up perfectly like this. You can just tap the guy, so that's the guy I want to kill, and then, it'll move you. I mean, you can move around after that if you think you can get a better angle, but I do enjoy that as well, how it kind of helps you plan out where you're going to go.
Yeah, it'll default to a spot for you. It'll walk to where you can attack him. There was even, I don't know, Drippy, if you reached this one, there was a battle with a boss troll.
Yeah, and he is guarding the chest, right?
Mm-hmm. He's guarding a treasure chest.
Yep,
and they flat out tell you, like,
it's a
sometimes
is what it says, and a pop-up comes up. Yeah, that's in like chapter 3, I think, and I was like, well, I guess I'm gonna get my team leveled up, and I didn't even remember that it was there until you just brought that up. So that's right, I got to go back to that mission at some point.
Yeah, I actually, and you don't have to beat him. That's not part of the mission debriefing. Some of the missions, a lot of the missions are kill all the enemies.
Yep.
There are boss fights at the ends of the things where your mission is to kill that boss.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of them I killed without killing all the minions.
Yeah, I tend to do that as well, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I only have to kill this guy, and he's like the last one I had to kill anyways, and I'm like, well, all right, I guess it's over now.
But I tried to take on that boss troll, and oh my gosh. Like, I could, even though I was like getting close to them and seeing how much damage I would do to him, and like it wasn't anything, I'm like, oh, no, I'll just try this.
Yeah.
Luckily, you could get up right next to him and he wouldn't hit you, but the second you hit him, holy cow. It was just one shot dead.
Wow.
And it was like my best guy, like one shot, you're gone. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
And lost that battle. Went back and I'm like, yeah, this is okay. So this is not meant to be taken on.
Right.
I'm just
There's
thinking.
a reason that pop-up came up saying fearsome foe.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just got me thinking, like, whenever the troll would one shot you, be like the heavy from Team Fortress 2, he'd be like, you are dead. Not a big surprise.
So yeah, some of these draw rates here. I just clicked on the Prism. Which one is this? This is the Prism Precock thing that you could draw from. So there's a King She Slime, which I sent to y'all guys in the chat.
Yeah.
A King She Slime. I don't get that one. Maybe Queen She Slime, whatever. But
Don't they
okay,
have a queen slime?
they do have Queen
Yeah.
Slime.
Yeah, it was introduced in
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pink.
It's pink. Yep. Yeah, the King She Slime is just a orange recoloring of the King Slime.
Hmm.
That draw rate is 1/3 of 1%.
Oh my god.
0.3. You know.
And it's
Same
probably-
thing.
Oh
Same
no,
thing
actually,
with the Great Dragon and the Archdemon and the White King. The
Yeah.
Prism Precock, man, you got a great shot at that at 1.5% basically.
Wait, if they got the White King, is it the White King design from 5 or from 8? Does he have a crown on his head?
I cannot see it.
Damn.
I'm gonna show you. If
So
we,
there's a proper White King, and then there's an imposter White King, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, you know what? Hold on, because I can probably see it. Because, like I said, the leaderboard, I'm pretty sure, is full of... Okay, I found the White King. He's got the hat.
Damn it. The Dragon Quest 8 design. The Dragon Quest 5 design is the best one for that monster. But I'm also biased, because that was one of my favorite monsters back on Dragon Warrior Monsters 2. Like, he was in my team. Like, I don't remember when I got him when playing that one, but I know that he pretty much stuck with Terra for like a good 20, 30 hours.
Here, I'm putting it in chat. Yeah, there's a couple... There's a couple teams here that are at the top of the leaderboard that literally, I think it has every single monster in the game, and every single monster looks like level 5 might be
the
like,
max.
rank up 5. Yeah.
Looking now too, because my rank is 132. Is actually I was just checking that. But yeah, I do like that you can check out the other teams and see all the monsters they have.
Mhm.
I love
yeah.
stuff like that.
And yeah, there's like, see, I'm like rank 9, but I'm not in the beta that you guys are all in. There's all of like
Oh yeah,
people in this one, and I think it's because I'm on the iOS early access one.
yep.
And yeah, they're sitting at the top 8 spots are all these developer teams. Like I said, their ranks are like 3 million, and my guess is they're just added in because it has every monster. They're all +5. They're all max level, and yeah, you've got, let's see, what is some, the Emperor Slime. There's a red dragon that's called a Dread Dragon. That doesn't look anything but a red guy. There's a Metal Dragon, Hell Gladiator, King She Slime, Night Clubber. Oh, am I already into the other S ranks? But yeah, I'm sure this is something that they'll add a boatload of people to. I already found one. I was on the Dragons. Where was I? I put it in the Mary Thwack Puff for us tonight. The Dragon Quest fandom site had a couple pictures of people that I haven't encountered yet, but they were like, this is a character.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. No, I know the one you're talking about. I haven't seen that one yet.
No.
The other two, obviously. But
Yeah.
I have no idea what that one is.
No, it mentioned it's like, this is an S-ranked one you can capture later, but she's also a character in the game. And I'm like, not in the US one.
Alright.
Not in the demo, at least, so... I mean, it must happen kind of early in the regular release, because Japan hasn't had this game but, what, 2 months, tops, 3?
Yeah, I know. I think it came out earlier this year, halfway through the year at least. I don't remember when it released, though. I have to look that up.
And still no Dragon Quest Walk.
No.
That's one I would like to play.
I do not have any hope we'll actually get that.
No, I don't think we will.
Before the pandemic, I would have said we might have, but
Yeah, after all that, probably not. I'm the same way. Like, maybe if the world wasn't in the state it is, we could see it, but I gotta get my Platty It's Not Coming stamp out.
Bum bum. Right there. There's a Metal King. It's one of those striped cats from Dragon Quest VIII.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jail cat, yeah.
Jail cat. Yep. It's a purple striped jail cat. His name is King Maximog.
Yeah. You gotten any mini medals yet? Because I haven't.
I got one, and I think it might have. Oh wait, no, I have 4 of them. The mini medals work like they do in the games where it's just you keep collecting them and you get rewards at certain tiers.
That is how I prefer them.
Yep, you don't have to trade them in.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you know, talk about crappy rewards at some point. Now, honestly, if I got one more, I would get a B rank weapon, and all I've got right through 12 hours of play is a bunch of C and D rank weapons, so that would kind of seem neat. But I'm looking down to like the reward for getting 30 mini medals, and here I've gotten 4 so far. It's 1,000 gems. That's 3 pulls total. It's not even a 10 pull.
Yeah.
It seems pretty. I mean, and honestly, like to get much farther, I definitely need more S rank monsters. To get the reward for 20 of these things is an A rank monster. Like really?
Wow.
That doesn't seem very good. And then there's like special mini medals. There's a rainbow mini Mindini, gold Mindini ones.
Yeah, I got a few of those. I think you get those, I don't know, when you get the awakening ones, like when you pull a double one, I think that's how you amass those. But again, those rewards really aren't that great either.
No, they're not. I'm looking at one. I have 2 of these medals. For a 100 of them, I could trade it in for a monster swap ticket A, which looks like it would get me an A ranked monster. For 100 of these things that I've got 2 of.
Yep.
I've got 14 silver ones.
Because I'm looking at that now. It looks like you can at least pick the one that you want, but I mean, still,
Yeah.
that much effort, you know, it's no thank you.
So, you know, again, they might easily put in the, you know, guaranteed A rank pull with every 10 or something like that.
I really hope they do.
But yeah, I found the gacha rate like high, pretty. Like I feel like I played Dragon Quest of the Stars and just played it probably 20 hours that first week. Pretty okay. Like I didn't feel like I was under leveled at any point really.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really need to grind. This one, like within 6 hours, I was grinding.
Yeah.
But you know, it does have the auto. You can put it on high speed, and looking at what I've read the reviews of the Japanese, there will be a season pass kind of thing that has an ultra high speed mode.
Yeah, Stars have that, right? It was like $8 to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Without it, you couldn't really. It wasn't a real auto unless you had the subscription, because while your party would attack the enemies, they wouldn't use any skills or abilities or spells.
And that's what this one does. It doesn't. It just does regular attacks.
Yeah, and that's not. I mean, you can't really make it through a lot of levels that way. So it didn't really. I mean, it had an auto mode, but I didn't really consider it one.
Mm-hmm. So again, I mean, it's an early beta, so who knows what they're going to add to it? Increase the rates, have some early gem giveaways and everything. But as I wrote in my review on RP Gamer, it's like, okay, if you like Dragon Quest, if you like strategy games, if you're okay with gacha, and you don't mind grinding, your enjoyment will be how much can you stand of all 4 of those.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't mind, I mean, people will like it. I mean, I think people that like Dragon Quest of the Stars there's a no-brainer here. I think you'll enjoy this.
Well, I mean, like, that was the thing this morning. I woke up, I saw Austin posted his thing, and I didn't even realize that it came out, and I was like, oh, okay, like, that's pretty cool. I'm not really sure how long I'm going to stick with it, but I mean, yeah, like, you throw Dragon Quest on something, I'm going to at least give it a try.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like I said, I was really invested for 6 hours, and then kind of hit that wall, and then it was like, okay,
I think I'm almost at that point, probably. Like I was saying earlier, we'll see how into it I get tomorrow when I load it up.
And a lot of the different training quests and the ability to equip weapons or upgrade your ability. Oh, that's something that really kind of sucked. And I kind of hinted at it in my review. Like, you can upgrade your Frizz attack to, like, Frizz +1 and Frizz +2 and stuff like that. The bonus for doing that is shit. It's like, oh, your Frizz attack will do 3% more damage.
Yep, that sounds
and you're like, wait a minute. It's only doing 40 damage.
Right.
I'm going to do 2 more? I just went through this whole thing. I got an ability scroll. I use these things to upgrade my frizz to +1, and it's now doing 3% more.
Yep, that sounds an awful lot like how
Welcome
that
to a
Romancing
gacha.
Saga. Yep, that's how that Romancing Saga games handles that too. So.
Oh, and that's the other part. That Battle Road. I mean, you can use your low-level slimes and everything and stuff for that. There is what's the thing about it? I didn't open it till later. Party members. There's a monster rank thing. So the monster rank, it shows the 8 different types of monsters there are. The demon family, inorganic, slimes, dragons, nature, beast, whatever. It counts the total number of levels of all the slimes in the game. So all the slime members that I have right now total up to level 93.
One boost. How many do you need, Platty?
If I get I've got 8 different slime family members, total rank 93. If I can get them to level up 7 more times, which actually wouldn't be hard on the battle road because I've got a lot of them that are just sitting at level 1. If I can get them up to a level 100 total, my slime master rank will go up 1, and all of them will get 1% more hit points.
Woo!
1%.
They will be the 1%. There we go.
Yep. My beasts are the only ones. I have 11 beasts. Their current total level is 116, which means I have gotten that hit point 1 bonus.
And you're see that in the battles.
Now, apparently, all I got to do is get that up to a level 150 now. So now the slope is not as great. But if I can get them up to level 50, you're gonna love this, Yangus. Not only do I get 1% hit points, they're going to throw in a bonus 1% defense there.
Woo!
Wow.
1%. 1%.
I don't think any of my monsters even have 100 stat in anything, really. Maybe hit points. So all that grinding, all that work just to get +1. So I don't know if
you get an A for effort.
Whatever.
Good job.
Welcome to the gacha, Platty.
Yeah.
Welcome to the gacha.
So, yep. Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, like I said, if you like this, if this is fun and this is something you're gonna spend a little bit of money on because it's Dragon Quest and you want to throw Square Enix some money, then I think you'll like it. I mean, I don't envision come 2021 re-downloading this and playing it.
About that throwing money at Square Enix, I actually just checked as well because that whole beta thing, the gem shop isn't even open yet. So
No, it's not.
Yeah, you can't buy gems right now. So when it comes out of beta, yeah, throw them some money, if you want to. But if you're in the beta right now, don't worry about it. You can't spend money.
Yeah, it says this feature is currently disabled, and just like the arena.
Yeah.
And even the arena, it says it's going to be unlocked in future updates.
Yeah, in a future update. Whatever.
I mean, that almost sounds like maybe when it comes out of beta, it won't have that there.
Yeah.
Because who knows? But it might. The update might be quite a bit. I mean, it's going to be. I mean, they've officially said 2021 for this, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we're almost there. I mean, thankfully it'll be 2021 before we know it.
Oh, I hope. And honestly, glitch-wise, I found 2 glitches other than the stamina, which might be a feature to help you out, so you don't waste your level up.
Yeah.
There was 2 times where I beat a monster and the monster name wasn't there, but there was like a call sign for it. It had parentheses. It was like insert monster.
My favorite monster, the one you imagine.
I guess that's signs of what's to come.
I mean, it had the monster there, and then like afterward, I recruited him because at the end of a battle, you can get recruits.
Do you have to do that whole scouting thing, or do you just kind of get them?
It just happened randomly. Although there was one point I was doing something with a monster, and recruitable popped up on all the monsters that it said were recruitable. I don't know if I couldn't find a way in the battle I don't know if it's the last one you kill, like in certain Dragon Quest games, or what.
Usually with the boss fights, it'll show you, like, you'll get their icon for, like, the profile, and you can kind of tell, like, I've found, the most recent one I did was the ghost. I got its icon, and it joined me, but also in that battle, I got a teeny sanguini, or whatever the hell it's called. And that was the first time I actually got both, because I got the teeny sanguini first, and I'm like, okay, am I not going to get the ghost this time? And then it said that I recruited the ghost as well. So I think, I don't know, maybe maybe boss monsters you're gonna get. But yeah, I wonder if there's like a hidden recruiting.
The boss monsters, if you read the screen before you do the boss battle, it'll show you there. It'll say first clear, and it had the ghost on it.
Yeah.
But, and
Yeah,
you
so
know,
that's-
sometimes, like, I got a Slime Knight at the end of one battle, but I already had a Slime Knight, so it added one of those little hearts to
Awakening.
my Slime Knight.
Awakening tokens or something.
Awakening.
Yep.
Which I still have no idea, because I'm not going to fight a billion times.
We'll
Or,
find the notes together. We'll share our notes and we'll see.
so, other than that, I think I've shared all the knowledge I've learned in 12 hours.
Very knowledgeable.
I hope there's not a quiz on all that.
Oh yeah, that's the second part of the podcast.
Platty is a teacher, so I mean.
I will probably fail my own quiz. But, you know, I'm not the biggest mobile gamer, so I don't think this will be for me. But like I said, for people who enjoy Dragon Quest of the Stars, it's that good. All the, you know, the graphics, the menus, the battle system tactically is definitely fine.
I don't know. Like, I played Stars in spite of not liking it. Like, I played it for 3 months pretty regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. There are parts about it I liked, but I feel like I would like this more just because it has monsters instead of gear.
Yeah.
Yes. I put this above Stars. If this would have come out first, I probably would have never even touched Stars.
Yeah.
Because that was one of my biggest things at the beginning. Like, I don't give a flying F about having a flame sword or...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
look
everybody
playing
wants
dress up.
everybody wants their waifu.
Uh-huh.
That's what you want. That's what you want. You don't want things. You want
Mhm.
You don't want gear. You want things.
Yeah. And
I just want
mean, how
Yangus as a playable character. That's all I want. I
Soon.
need my boy.
how many freaking swords can you equip at any time anyway? Once you get a better sword, you're not going to use the worse one.
Well, that whole thing comes down to breaking equipment for skills and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I mean, at least here, once you get that monster, you'll never need to throw him away. You'll never need to break that monster down.
Right.
You can take him with you and train him up. You can take him to that the battle road, which, like I said, costs 0 stamina. So, I mean, if you really enjoy the gameplay of this, you could play this forever because you could just.
Well,
keep
I mean, it
battle
costs
road
0
battles.
stamina for you in the beta, but will that eventually be a problem come release?
That's true.
Yeah, you have to wonder how much they're just making things more palatable for reviewers.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems the way that they drastically limit the levels of these things, like I can't see them ever asking for much stamina to do these. But who knows?
I mean, I understand that a lot of the time the revenue for these games come from the people that pump money into it. So,
Well, you know what? You got to pump money into the Stamina Road stuff because I can tell you, like, I've played 12 hours and the Beast, and like I said, I've got Beast levels of 116, but to do the Beast Road, I've only got 3 of the 8 allowable characters. I can't even field a team. And I mean, I've done 37 draws, I want to say, and I've had people join me in the story mode like crazy, but I've only got 3 out of the 8 monsters. So I mean, yeah, I could do this stamina 0 battle, but I don't even think my total party rank with my 3 guys would actually allow me to do much.
Yeah, which
Right.
probably wouldn't be close to doing anything.
So I mean, I need to do more pulls to get even the low level crap to do this.
Yeah.
To field a respectable team and build them up to get that extra 1% hit points or 1% defense added to all of them.
Yep.
So again, it's all right, but it's a mobile game, and it plays like a mobile game, and the mechanics of a mobile game there. So your ability to do that is going to affect your enjoyment level. Oh, that's one other thing. At the end of every battle, and I swear it's every single one, it's got 3 challenges, and that's what Dragon Quest of the Stars always had, right? There's always like 3 little mini goals.
right.
Yeah.
Like, don't
So-
die, skillful finish, and don't use items generally.
Yep, and this has the same 3 kind of there too. Don't die, beat it within 3 turns, and beat it within 5 turns.
And I'm sure that'll change, because sometimes in Dragon Quest of the Stars, you'd have the additional thing of like, oh, beat a metal monster, which is a completely random component for the dungeon.
Yes.
So yours is three. Yours is beat it in 3 turns and 5 turns, because mine is beat it in 5 turns and 10 turns. But I'm playing it on Android, so maybe that's what the difference is. But
Well,
I'm not sure.
They're more lenient towards the Android users than the iPod users. Are like, hey, you Apple product users.
What mode? What battle were you trying there, Drippy?
Any of them. I haven't. I've only seen. Don't die, or what is it? Basically don't lose more than one character. But even if I lose one character, I lose out on that, and then it's
okay. You know what?
5, 10.
In my story modes, that's what it is.
Okay.
The 5 and 10. I was just looking at the battle road.
Oh, okay, because I haven't done the battle road yet. Okay, so that makes sense.
And that battle road one I did was the lowest level one, and there was only one monster, so I beat it in the first round with the AI. So I could see where that is.
When you say
you should
AI,
really do this in.
when you say AI, is that like letting your party just kind of run on its own?
Correct. Yeah, I just hit auto battle.
Can you give it tactics to do like you can with your AI party members in like any of the mainline games? Like, focus on healing, focus on defense, go all out.
You can go. There's a menu button. I'm hitting it right now. Menu. I can hit tactic, and I can change each one of my people to show no mercy, fight wisely, focus on healing, and don't use MP. And I swear, even though you're like doing show no mercy, they're not really doing. I swear they weren't doing powerful attacks.
They're showing mercy, which I guess means not paying attention to you. But
yeah, my great saber cub just went ahead and hit. He could have done his special attack he's got a better attack. Yeah, these guys are just going up and just doing regular attacks, even on show no mercy. Oh no, he just did propeller blade. Never mind. I don't know why he didn't do that the first time, but
I feel like we need to leave footage of this and be like John Madden and be like, as you can see with this slow-mo shot, he goes for the slash attack just the right moment. Bam,
my jail cast just cast crack, so okay. I swear when I was doing the story modes, maybe I just didn't pay much attention, but they didn't really seem to do that.
Well, if you're putting them on auto and just doing something else, I can see kind of missing all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not thinking very hard. It's just play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Which I, assume that's going to be half of what this game is. You boot it up, you set your AI party members to something, you spend the stamina to do the battle, and they passed, or they didn't. Try again.
Yep.
Oh, geez. Wow, I can get a B rank axe just for doing this third battle. Although I'm not at the recommended level, even close to it. But
do it anyway.
So, it just runs by your monster's average party level per attempt?
There is some mechanic there going on because here we go. Let me go back to where it was. I have a level 19 saber cub. I got a level 8 jail cat and a level 30 scare wolf, and somehow my party FF is 1466.
That's like a power stat or something.
Exactly. Now, what's interesting? It's something that must not be, and it's something that's not here yet. There's a total weight component there, but that's blank.
Now, when you say weight, is it weight as in WAIT or EIGHT?
EIGHT. So I wonder if that's coming at some point where you can't have just really big.
Like you can't run in with a team of like my 3 golems or something.
Correct. But right now that's all blank, and that weight stat is not listed in anything I see. If I click on a monster and see their stats, it does not have their weight anywhere.
That's interesting.
Did that Monsters Caravan game have weight to it?
Oh yes.
Like you had to,
yes.
Maybe they're bringing that back or something.
I mean, that might be some limiting factor later on. Or it might, I wonder if that'll be something that they put in for PvP or something.
That sounds likely. So that way you can't just kind of bring a heavy-hitting team in too easily.
Yeah.
You're going to have those lightweight mages somewhere and...
have a couple of lump wizards.
You can only have one of each. One of each.
Can you name your monsters whatever you want to?
Can you what?
Can you name your monsters like whatever you want to? I forget if you said if you could or not.
No, you can't.
No.
I was going to say you could name one of them Dr. Lump just to reference one of Toriyama's products. So there you go.
Let me edit my
But you said that is a real thing. You can only have like one slime, one sanguini, one golem per team.
Not even per team, like total.
In
your
Yep. Oh, in your inventory.
In your inventory.
Huh. Okay,
when you get a second one, either through recruiting or through pulling, like I said, you get an awakening point.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I mean, a lot of gacha games will do that to where you don't get. So I've played my fair share in the last couple of years. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius would give you duplicate units, but then you could kind of dismantle those duplicate units to build towards other things. But
yeah, like Romancing Saga Universe does that same thing, where if you get the same character again, they automatically turn into puzzle pieces, which you can then use on that character to strengthen what their like stat gains would be. Like characters that are better with weapons or like physical attack weapons would be have a higher chance of increasing their strength stat or something like that. So
yeah, I'm playing that that Mega Man X Dive game right now, and it does the same exact thing. Of if you pull the same character, you get a puzzle piece, and when you hit 30, 40, 50 for that character, you can rank their star level up to a max level of like 4 or 5 or something like that. But it takes a lot of time and a lot of pulls.
Yeah, just the same with this, because I mean, you're gonna, the odds of getting any one single monster, are like even the C-ranked ones, there's such a huge pool. The odds are like 5% that you're gonna get that specific guy, and you need 5 of them to do whatever the awakening is.
So, how big of a pool of monsters have you seen at this point? Like 20, 50, 70 monsters, individual types?
Closer to 70 to 100. When I look at those, like I said, with the parties that I can only imagine are like the developer parties, I can count them up really quick. Let me go to the main menu. Let me hit home. I got to remember where this all is. Oh, adventure. Nope. Party members. Ranking. There we go. Let's check on good old master up here in first place. So there are 18 S ranked.
And that's individual monsters.
Individual monsters. And A ranked is at least 21. Looks like 21 A ranked. So, I mean, we're right there. B is 27. So we're easy. Yeah, this is easily going to be 100. C ranked is another 27, even more. Gosh, 35, 6. Then you still got D ranked and E ranked and F ranked.
I imagine that the E and the F rank and stuff is all more or less fodder at this point that you can use to kind of build towards the higher ranked monsters.
I don't know, because even like they've got an F ranked slime and he's just a max level F ranked slime F5.
At fifth rank, what level is he at?
60.
Dang.
So that looks like the maximum level you'd be able to get.
So if you pulled a base level F rank slime, do you know what its level goes up to without having to increase it?
I want to say 20. I didn't see anybody that was less than 20.
So I would assume that every time you rank up a monster, it would go up at least 5 levels. So this is the very nature of a gacha game. Is you are going to, unless you're willing to pay the money forward into it, you're going to put a lot of time and consistently be behind the curve of trying to get higher ranked monsters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. Wait a minute. List of party members. You might be able to change their names. Yep. You can change your party members' names.
Oh, hell yeah.
There you go. You can have some fun with that.
Yeah. Looking at other monster parties, I could click on their name. It didn't open it, but there is a little pencil icon right next to it. So that was pretty telling. Yep. You can change your guys' names.
Well, that's good to know at least. You have that.
See, this is what
that
Platty
to look
keeps
forward
me
for.
around. I tell him how to look through menus because what was it when he played Smash Brothers? He didn't know how to make an amiibo fighter, so I had to tell him to do that.
Clue. By the way, the next time I go to play and I put my amiibo character on the thing, why did it say I had to go register him again?
Did you save the data after you got done fighting?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
I do.
Well, I'll take that as a no.
Come on.
I'll take that as a no.
Well, I walked away and my kids played for 2 hours and got mad that Hero was kicking their ass every time, so they just shut it off.
Now, see, they didn't save it then, so
save that data. It's their fault.
Yep. They were mad, so they rage
quit. Okay, good to know. I'm sure there's a menu for that. I'll figure that out.
But let me know when you do.
Don't hold your breath. All right. Well, before we wrap this up, since we've taken a hard turn there, now that we know we can name people, we're good. It's all good. We'll play a little Mary Thwack Puff Puff, and we can wrap this up tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So if you're not in the Google Doc, is anybody not in the Google Doc? Can't see what we got going on?
I'm in it.
Hold up.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it pulled.
Yeah. All right. I'm up.
All right. So the choices here. You've got one of our little hosts, which is a teeny sanguini with bat wings. Her name is Mindini. You've got one of those little Lipsy monsters. She runs you go through and have a little. I think one of the entire chapters is basically her opening a tavern.
It's like 2 or 3. Yep, she is still going on it on my file.
Yeah.
That's how you open up, weapon alchemy and all this kind of stuff. She kept talking about matchmaking during that chapter,
Yes.
which got me really excited that there was going to be monster breeding.
Yeah, a metal slime and a goodie bag. Yep, she was a matchmaker.
It's weird how those monsters always are obsessed with matchmaking stuff. Because I remember in Dragon Quest XI, there's that one at the Mini Metal Academy that's always talking about romance.
Yep.
But her name is Purdy. Might find her Purdy, you might not. But then there's one, Juliante, I guess is her name. The best bet, I don't even know how to describe her. She's got purple hair that is half the size of her body. She's wearing very little clothes, and she's quite busty and has a very sharp-edged whip.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a tail until I zoomed in.
I did too.
Oh, is
That's
it
not a tail.
That's a whip.
Oh,
It is
there
a
you
whip.
go.
Okay.
It
We all
totally
learned
looked like a
something.
tail.
Yep, no, I totally thought that was a tail. I've had this picture here for like 10 days and 100% thought it was a tail because her hair looks like it's a freaking lion's mane. She also has bunny ears, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that.
She's got a little bit of everything, huh?
She's got a little bit of everything you would...
She fits all of the kinks.
Oh, yeah, she's a dominatrix here. She's wearing black leather with, like, what is it, mesh fishnet stockings that have huge holes in them.
Yeah, got dominatrix going on, got the furry rabbit ears. I mean, it's a catering to everybody. That's what they're trying to do.
All right. Well, Yangus, I'm going to call on you first.
Thanks.
Since you're talking here. Go ahead. Mary Thwack Puff Puff. What are you doing here?
Well, I think there's only one choice for Puff Puff, and it's clearly Purdy. I mean, they're right on top of each other. We'll marry Juliante and thwack Mindini.
All right. Ost, what are you going to do?
Thwack Purdy, Mary Mindini, and Puff Puff Juliante.
All right. Bururian, what are you going to do?
Oh man, Austin took mine. Oh well, you know what? I'll marry Mindini, thwack Purdy, Puff Puff Juliante, because she's clearly up for the job.
Yeah.
And Drippy.
I'm going to thwack Juliante because I don't know what she's about. I'm not taking any risks. I'm going to puff Mindini because she can be a little mischievous. I've found in the story, always trying to get the gang into trouble. And I'm going to marry Purdy for her tavern. I want to partake in that. I can always enjoy a nice beverage at the end of the day, and I feel like she could provide that.
See, Drippy's got the context that the rest of us don't.
And yes, you know what? Drippy, you have got it exactly how I was going to do. I'll reverse a couple. But I've got Mary Purdy, definitely for the entrepreneurial skills.
Yep.
But Mindini's already annoyed me. I don't know. Magelli, I'm okay with. Mindini's the one that's really bugging me in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just shut up. I don't care what you have to say. And Juliante, as you guys have said, she seems up for the job of a Puff Puff. So we'll go with that. So anybody have anything else to say or ask about Dragon Quest Wars or Dragon Quest Tact?
Only thing that I was wondering, and maybe you already answered this and I just didn't hear it, but for your monsters that you're not using in battle or in like your active party, are you able to send them off on like an expedition or like a side thing where you gotta, because some of those gacha games have it where you can like send off characters for like 2 hours, 3 hours or something like that, and then they'll come back and they'll get some level
Not that
ups.
I've seen. My guess is the Battle Road is that kind of mechanic. Like, since it right now at least it doesn't seem like it's going to cost stamina, or right now it doesn't cost stamina, and from the review I read in Japan of the version that they got, it doesn't cost stamina yet either. That could be the thing. So even if you can't send them off, you could literally just have them endlessly running those battles, not costing anything.
So I guess that kind of answers that of, is anybody that is not currently in your party not earning XP in any fashion, because that would also extrapolate the gameplay by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't have a task that you could send them off onto.
Nope, not that I found. Drippy, did you see anything like that?
I have not. Nope.
So, yikes. The grinding is there. The grind is real.
It's there.
I mean, everybody always stereotypes Dragon Quest with grinding, so, I mean, I guess they're just meeting the quota.
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, hey, thanks everybody for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, it was always a good time.
You coming on a short notice, and Yangus extremely, like, I think I already had to be coming on before I was like, Yangus, you want to co-host tonight?
Yeah, no problem. Happy to help out.
Yeah. So that's it for this episode of Slime Time again. Thanks everybody for joining us to talk about some. Actually, here I am reading the script too. Thanks for reading for. My thing says manga, but
you really did copy paste that.
I did copy and paste. Thank you for talking the only SRPGs that Dragon Quest has ever had.
Yeah, thanks a lot for joining us, guys. It was good discussion and good to hear a lot about tech from both you, Platty, and from you, Drippy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yep. You might have noticed that the only time we ever mention Patreon on Slime Time is when we say we don't use Patreon. We're just longtime fans that want to speak about the game series we know and love so much. If you have money you'd like to donate, though, consider sliding on over to the Dragon's Den at www.woodus.com/den and click Support This Site. Woodus has owned and maintained the Dragon's Den fan site for over 20 years now and would appreciate any donation. Or you can use all his different Amazon affiliate links. Anything that's for sale on Amazon with Dragon Quest in it, he's got an affiliate link for it. And a fraction of the sale will go to help support the Den.
And if you're an advertiser and you're looking for a great podcast to spend lots of ad revenue on, reach out to us at slimetimepodcast@gmail.com. If you have any comments or questions for us, you can find the normal host, Platty, at his Twitter, Plattym3, or contact Liam Land at Riamu Celestrian, or you can hit up the both of them simultaneously at DQ Slime Time.
You pronounced that perfectly, man. That's
Gold star.
That you got a gold star for that one. Consider joining in all of us for tons of DQ discussions at the Dragon's Den forums. One of the remaining forums still around, a slowly dying breed of internet chat areas. But you can find it from the Dragon's Den main page or www.woodus.com/forums. I'm still there posting. We're going little by little.
I show up every now and then.
I mean, I know I'm on the Discord more than I am on the Den now.
Yeah, I mainly stick to the Discord.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's the unofficial Dragon's Den Discord.
We have
I have Woodus's blessing, but it is not official in any capacity.
Speaking of Woodus, we'd like to thank everyone that makes this possible, like him for his support of the series and this podcast and making our YouTube versions of the videos and for keeping the Dragon's Den lights on for decades.
We'd like to thank Amanda Lepre and the Descendants of Erdrick for allowing us to use their music for our podcast. Descendants of Erdrick is a video game tribute band from Austin, Texas, and you can check them out and their most recent album, Advent, on www.descendantsoferdrick.com or on Twitter at DOFErdrick. And check out Amanda Lepre on Twitch.
Thanks always to Dwayne Bullock, our wonderful graphic artist and Dragon Quest fan, for making the awesome artwork cover for this podcast. Dwayne was on the original iteration of Slime Time. He's been on plenty of our other episodes too. You can check out more of his work at Dwayne Art on Instagram or his website at dwaynebullocart.bigcartel.com.
If you're looking for more Dragon Quest Slime Time episodes, check out our earlier episodes on the Dragon's Den, Anchor.fm, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and many more places.
Bye, everyone.
Dragon Quest Slime Time, sliming off.